Every athlete gets nervous to some degree before competition. It really is a natural feeling. So if you feel that way, know you are not alone. But for myself and many other ball players, those butterflies in my stomach sometimes scared me and hurt my performance. Other times, those same feelings got me amped up and ready to play. So what's the difference? And how can I channel those jitters to maximize my performance? It all comes down to interpretation, the appraisal of my feelings. Now, like I said, we all get nervous. Even Cy Young Award winner Jason DeGrom feels pregame jitters. He said, anytime I take the mound, I'm nervous. I was nervous in the sim game. When I'm sitting around, I've always been like that. Waiting to go outside to get loose, that's when I'm nervous. Now, that alone is enough for me to feel okay with my nerves. So, when the bright lights are on and it's game time, how does our body get ready? Those pregame feelings we all know about is your body's natural stress response. When our brain recognizes competition on the horizon, it tries to get prepared. Adrenaline, norepinephrine, and cortisol are the hormones that get released and regulate what you feel. And now that's usually an elevated heart rate, starting to sweat, and more rapid breathing. Now, put together, this is your stress response. It gets you ready for action. Unfortunately, stress has a bad connotation for many people because we think of chronic stress. That doesn't go away. Now that's what's harmful. While the stress we feel before a game is a little different than in other situations, it's really important to remember that stress is not a bad thing. In fact, it's a really useful tool evolution has given us. Feeling stressed means you care, and as a result, motivates us towards action. That paper you need to write for school, what do you think gets you going on that? It's the little bit of stress you feel about getting a bad grade. And in the short term, stress is a really good thing. The increased heart rate gives you energy, and the hormones shift blood flow to important big muscles for athletic action. Now, think, you wouldn't want to be chilled out before a game, would you? So far, it sounds like stress is only a good thing for sport. But where does it go wrong? It starts and ends with what you say to yourself. When these physical feelings come up and we are not in the right state of mind, we start to try and explain them. Some examples include telling yourself, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready to perform. Now, most likely, this is not true. And even if it is, it's not possible to change in the moment. So why think like that? Compete with what you have on the given day. When I'm in a poor state of mind, this is my go to internal voice. I would say, I have to do this, eat that, warm up this way, sleep this much, and on just to play. And it's just not true. Other people think they must be mentally weak for even feeling this way, which we know is completely not true because it's our body's natural stress response to feel a little jitters. And finally, we sometimes ask, how can I possibly perform with these nerves? Now, that's a silly question because we know DeGrom, other big leaguers, myself, and teammates do it. So it's definitely more than possible. It's normal. And at the end of the day, any of these voices in your head are going to get in the way of you performing at your best. That's because it will distract you and draw your focus away from the moment. But let's remember, these thoughts were triggered by feeling the stress response. And it's the thoughts that get in the way of your performance, not the physical feelings. Your heart beating faster isn't hurting you. It's what you tell yourself about your heart beating faster. Now, the good part is that these thoughts are completely in your control. Telling yourself the jitters are nerves is what gets in the way of performing at your best. It's in your power to change the way you talk to yourself. And now you're empowered with the knowledge that what you're feeling is natural. So it's your goal to interpret your physical sensations as excitement and not a threat. Now, that's not always the easiest. Our brains trend towards the negative more easily, but really challenge yourself and do some introspection if you frequently have maladaptive thoughts. So grab a pen and paper and write out your concerns, your worries, your shortcomings. Just simply writing it down before a competition can ease your mind and help you see how wrong your line of thinking is. So, to conclude, remember what you feel before a game is normal and it's just your body getting ready to play. And that those sensations, like your heart pounding and whatever else you might feel, aren't hurting your performance. It's your thoughts that are, which are in your control. So, if pregame nerves are getting in the way of reaching your potential, it's time to take back control of your thoughts and your game. You can do it.